Alrighty, welcome to episode 31 of the Consistent Genius Podcast. I'm here with Jeremiah Watene.
What's good?
And Matthew Vick.
What's up, guys? So, first of all, if for those of you wondering, because I'm on here wondering where the female's at, we asked two individual females to come on here. One just plain out said no, was making a bunch of excuses. The other one just didn't respond. So, we're going to call out Sophia Maggs and JC Sheldon. Like, come on here. Don't be like that.
I just want to go on the record and say they didn't come because of Vick, not me. It had nothing to do with me. It was all Vick.
Hey, Schmags, like 2 or 3 times she's like, oh yeah, I'll come on, and then backs out. And then JC, she just wasn't having it.
She wild for that. That's wrong. She didn't give my boy Vick a chance.
I know, seriously, dude. Vick's such a nice guy. He's a kind soul.
Let him shoot his shot at least.
We were at the baseball game. Vick would like run by and be like, JC.
That never happened.
No.
I ran by because we'd have to like get our legs loose because I'm a relief pitcher. I didn't know when I was coming.
Yeah,
in the game,
stay
so
warmed up.
I had to keep my legs loose. So like between innings, I would run down from our dugout down the line, and we have our like.
I would get pushed back like, boom.
Yeah,
break the sound barrier over there.
We'd have the student section down there, and we called it the LJ cheering section because Luke Bartimus would get like 20 girls to come to the game.
Oh hell yeah!
And when I would like run down, Billy would start like yelling at me like, "Vick, there's your girl, come over here." And I was just like, I was not having. I just ignored him and kept running.
Dude, if Vick would have like looked back and it was like the, it would have been so good. Yeah,
that's not my personality.
So another sporting event though, DYA. I know Vick's a big DYA guy.
Yeah, the 1-18 record junior and senior year, big DYA guy.
You lost all your games last year?
Yeah, because I was on the same team that you were on. It was me and Jack DeCesar instead of like you and Greg Geatley, and we went 1-10.
That's tough.
Dang.
Yeah.
So Vick had a bad season. Jeremiah, I heard your season was pretty good.
My season went great. Yeah, I was really happy with that. I'm sad it was my last DYA season.
Did you guys win the trophy in the end? Or like?
Oh, we got runner-up. It was a stacked
so you
team.
still got a trophy.
Yeah, we still got a trophy.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have.
My team probably got the participation trophy, finishing
bronze bracket.
Tied for last, bronze bracket, lost the first game.
How do you lose first on the bronze bracket? That's sad.
The thing is my team had the opportunity. So like my dad coached our team, so basically I was drafting our team, and we had one individual of mine who was actually on here before, CJ Rotherman.
Oh, good player.
He'd played on my team 2 years ago, and he was putting up like 25 or 30 a game.
Damn.
And we were hoping, because the draft is a snake draft, to have like a pick later in the first round, so we could take him in the second round as like a sleeper pick. But he was basically the number one guy on our draft board, and we ended up getting the second pick. And there were 20 teams in the league, so we wouldn't have picked until pick 39 in the second round.
Damn.
And we were worried he wasn't going to be there then, going basically 2 full rounds then. And all of a sudden, like, they were adding a bunch of names on because Jeremiah, he likes to be late to a lot of things.
What?
So all of a sudden, draft night, right before draft was starting, they were adding a bunch of names, and Jeremiah was on there. I'm like, okay, this guy's going to be like, no doubt, like MVP of the league.
Yeah.
And we had the second pick, and basically how DYA works, like if you have a good coach's son, like you actually have to draft them, but nobody else can draft them.
Yeah.
So the team in front of us had to take their coach's kids. So basically, we had the first overall pick in the draft because I suck.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'll come in. I wouldn't say I suck actually. I'll come in and play some defense and get some boards, but I'm not like some huge scorer.
Dude, Vick is a body in the paint, dude.
Where's that defense on me?
Yeah.
We played you.
Yeah, well, we had the freshman on you, so.
Yeah, you guys trying to trap me, then you put a freshman on me. That was disrespectful.
Yeah, we were running that triangle and putting both guys on you. No respect for the rest of your team.
And I still had 38.
Yeah,
You had 38 points against Vick.
Worked for the first half. We just couldn't score. And so basically going back to our story is we had the opportunity to draft Jeremiah, and we probably would have had the better supporting cast than his team. Where we were saying if he didn't show up to one of his games that they ended up playing us, we would have beat him by 40.
Dang.
Which I feel like is somewhat true just because Jeremiah is such a big body. And obviously, I think no doubt MVP. And we ended up passing on him, and he didn't get taken until like pick 15.
I was a sleeper.
He was a sleeper pick, and I was like, oh boy, as soon as he got drafted, I was like, dang, and hoping somehow he could last 2 rounds and we could get him then. And it's like, boy, we ended up making a mistake because CJ was a total bust, scoring like 2 or 3 points a game.
Damn, that sounds like my DYA stats.
Why didn't you play this year, Billy?
Looking back on it, I wish I did. At the time, I was just like, I didn't want to commit.
Yeah.
I know it's like not that much, but like Saturday mornings, and like, I'm like,
I feel you. I was
Could have
sick.
been a big body in the paint.
I know. Well, I'm not that good though. Like I do want to go to the rec and do like 5-on-5, like bring 5 guys and just tear up.
That's more
but,
serious
like,
than DYA.
we did it one time. It was me, Noah Smith, been on the podcast. We had one of the Zinzer twins. We had Ethan Brown and Josh Petro also been on the podcast, and we did 5-on-5. We got like not sound bad, but like it was like five black guys versus us. And I mean,
Already bringing race into this. 'Cause we got a black guy on.
Like no, we had like 2 plays. We had 1 and 2. They both didn't work. We got ran on the
For
field,
some
on
reason,
the court.
I find because I'm like bigger, I'm 6'3". Like DYA, I suck because there's a bunch of people that like are like taller than me, and like I don't really score. And by suck, I mean like not scoring. Like I want to be able to score some points, even though I'm a great, I would say support role. Like if we had a star player on Jeremiah on the team, we'd be like the great like duo of I'm just sitting down there protecting the paint. He's scoring all of our points offensively, and I find then when I go and play like 2v2, 3v3, I'm putting up like all of our points. Because I find I'm playing against shorter guys.
Yeah, well, it's a lot
great.
more open when you have less guys, and there's more opportunity to shoot. I think. I don't know. I mean, 2-on-2, I'm pretty nasty, but 5-on-5, it's like you got to get open and all this. I'm like,
I'll get buckets regardless.
Yeah.
Of the
He
situation.
got buckets through triple teams against us.
So Jeremiah, your number one fan, was actually on the podcast a few episodes ago. Faith.
So I was watching it right at night. I was like, Jeremiah question mark. I was like, I wonder what this is about. They probably just brought me up to like, you know, like you getting back with Jeremiah. And then you popped the question at the beginning of the thing. I was like, oh shoot, here we go. Here we go again. I was like, and Greeny was on there. Greeny had all the tea on that. So I was like, oh, I'm about to get exposed. I don't know why I'm just not hearing of it. I was nervous. Actually, I was watching it. I was nervous.
We got to bring you back on with her. That'll be the episode.
I'm excited
I saw it come on our YouTube feed, my YouTube feed, and I saw the thumbnail with like the heart with the two,
Yeah, I saw
of them.
that.
I'm
I was
like,
like,
oh, this is going down.
That's why I was like,
Yeah.
maybe they talking about getting back together, but no, she's the one that exposed me.
Yeah, she was
What's
talking some noise on Jeremiah.
She
I was like, oh no.
That was a rough episode for both of us.
Oh, yeah, it was Vick.
I was getting the noise talked about me by Greeny too.
Yeah, Vic got called out for like throwing a chair or something.
Oh,
in
yeah,
elementary.
psycho.
So wait, can you
So-
tell us that story?
So basically, I was a horrible kid in elementary school. Like I would say maybe I might have had anger issues. I don't know, but I was a bad kid. And one day I got pissed off at a kid in art class. and
As you
just-
do. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing to me. He's probably talking noise or something like that. Like,
You don't play that.
yeah, I wasn't
Talk
playing.
shit, get hit.
Wasn't
You
it a
know?
No, it was the guy.
The chair hit the
But-
girl though.
No, I didn't hit anybody with the chair. That's the first fact that needs to be out there is I did not hit anybody with the chair.
You
Okay,
threw
but-
a chair with the intent to hit
So
somebody.
you
though.
missed.
Yeah, I threw the chair with the intent to
just
hit
missed.
somebody, and then it ended up going closer to a girl, I guess. I don't remember the whole story, but I remember he was probably talking shit or something like that. I don't remember who it was. And I wasn't putting up with it in elementary school, so
Hey, Vic don't take no shit.
He doesn't take it. You know, he don't play games. He's about it. He's been about it. Who was the kid? Do you remember who the kid was?
no clue.
Yeah, and then so Jack said it almost hit Emily Sonderman.
She got the worst.
I don't
of it.
even remember her from elementary school, and I didn't even remember Faith either.
Dang.
Dang, he's exposed
Very
right now.
relevant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vic says you're relevant, guys. I mean, shit.
Yeah, maybe she should have came on there, and Jeremiah and me could just sit here and talk noise.
That would have been good too.
To
There,
Faith?
there's so many good combinations of guests.
even
I
though-
think.
Because Greeny told me, I talked to Greeny, because for those of you who don't know, Greeny's my cousin.
Oh yeah, you guys are related. I forgot about that.
So he's got a bunch of dirt on me, and I got a bunch of dirt on him, but I'm not gonna be about that right now and talk the noise about him. So I asked him like why he did that, and he goes, "Faith told me to."
Oh shoot!
I got dirt on Faith too. Real
Let's
rap.
hear some dirt.
I got
Come
dirt.
on,
I
let's
don't want to
hear it.
expose
Let's
it
hear it.
because
Let's
she
hear a
didn't
little
expose me
bit.
with
We need a
Let's
that.
hear
little
it.
bit.
No, it's too deep. It's too deep. It was like why things didn't work out. I want to wait till she's here. You know what I'm saying? I want to wait till she's here so she has a
Dude,
chance.
she
to
was
leave.
calling you out. She's like, "Yeah." So we were going to pictures, and Jeremiah texted Jack.
No, but
I'm
real
not
rap
coming.
though. Real rap though. He was the only person I was. Something was wrong with my Wi-Fi. He was the only person I was able to like talk to.
Oh, sure. You can only text Jack's number. Yeah.
When I heard that, I was like, that sounds sketchy as fuck. But like real rap, that's how it worked out. Like he's the only person I could talk to.
Yeah, back on probably like the iPhone 4 way back then.
It was.
Yeah.
It wasn't even an iPhone.
Jeremiah
bro.
was rocking the iPod.
It was an iPod
Touch.
back then, bro. Yeah, I was struggling. And then
I
my
shouldn't be
Wi-Fi was
talking
off.
shit. I didn't get an iPhone until 8th grade.
Dang, I used to have the Commando Android phone. It was like the Army phone, the Unbreakable, and I broke it. It like fell on a metal chair and cracked. It was like, wow.
I had the slide phone, but I was fine with it because I had like an iPod at the same time in middle school.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I used to have a slide phone too. I think back in the day they made a new the Razor phone. Did you guys see that? It's like hella expensive though. It's a Razor flip, but it's also touchscreen. So it's sweet.
Yeah, I had one of the most annoying ringtones on mine just to piss people off. Like I had the door knocking, so it was like dat dat dat. Like every time I got a text.
Why would you want to make people mad like that?
I don't know.
Vic's an instigator, baby.
I know. Maybe I'm an instigator.
He wants
like
smoke.
I always had the military time on my phone.
Yeah.
Just because people look at it and like don't know what 14 means.
That's
like,
2
what
o'clock,
time
man.
is it? Yeah, like I'm just like learn your facts, man. Like
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Hey, so I heard some stuff about the senior crush list. Jeremiah, who's on your senior crush list?
I had a whole bunch of like juniors.
If you don't
sophomores,
if you don't throw in Olivia Baker, then what are you doing?
I didn't throw in Olivia Baker
Wow.
either because
Really,
I think
both
I think she's like underage. I just didn't want to. I didn't want
Hey,
to
she is
have a
15.
case.
So
She
on the
is, yeah, that's not
record,
it.
who's Olivia Baker?
what
Sophomore.
grade did she just finish?
She just finished sophomore, so she's going to.
Yeah, I had one just finished sophomore on there.
Oh shoot, who was it?
If you want to go look at it, you can.
They just say it, bro.
Dude, just say it. It's
I'll put-
public.
I put it. Yeah, I mean, I put a sophomore on there to be funny, basically.
I didn't know if people were gonna be serious or not. So like I didn't put like seniors that are on my senior crush
Some
list.
people
'cause I
weren't.
didn't-
Some people weren't serious.
Yeah, some people went serious. I was like, dang, it's like that.
I put 2 people on mine.
Who?
Seniors.
Call him out. Call him out.
I put 2 seniors on mine. But there's one thing that pissed me off at the end of the thing is I was scrolling through and I saw Jeremiah's list
No.
and I saw Catherine Slavin on there and I was like,
Facts.
oh shit, I forgot
Ooh.
about her.
I had to put teachers on there. I was like, it's one of those like jokes, but it's not a joke at the same time. You feel me? Like real rap.
I remember I took their low picture at the end of sophomore year.
with me and her.
Yeah. You asked her for a picture. She said, "I think you're cute. Can we get a picture?" And she said, "Sure."
Oh,
and
wait,
I
you
took,
did that? What?
yeah, I took the picture for him.
Dude, there were some bad teachers at Kaufman.
I
Jenny
don't know.
Hefner, Melissa Wills.
Like with everything that's going on,
Lauren
why are y'all
Davis.
hiring bad teachers? Like that's the worst thing y'all can do.
Yeah,
Like,
seriously. Oh no. Yeah, wait. Did you
That's
hear
one
about
is I
that?
heard like, oh yeah.
We
yeah.
won't say names for that.
yeah,
We're
that's
not
wild.
But,
gonna
like,
name drop for this story.
I heard like some teacher was like, "Oh yeah, now I gotta like clean the room and like grade all his projects." And then like I'm like, "Oh, why? He go on vacation or something?"
I was out of school for winter break, and I had the different other teacher for that class, and I was like telling my sister to like give him my pots for that, and he was like, "Oh no, I don't," or he or she was like, "I don't trust it," and so I got like a 0 because of him. So I don't even care for real.
I don't even remember this story. I thought you were talking about the one teacher that just got fired.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, we are.
We are.
Oh, we are.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about like how personally he affected me, and so I'm like, I'm not like.
He was always a
upset,
nice
but-
guy to me. Shit.
Yeah, he was chill.
I never had him for class. But
I never had him. Yeah, I saw him.
He got too close to the water.
I had the other teacher for class, and she was terrible.
Yeah, she was
Oh,
awful.
I have her. Yeah,
I
Hey,
thought
she
I
was
wanted
fun
the
to
other
look
one.
at though. Oh, she's another bad one.
She is
No.
cute. She's mean,
No.
but she's cute.
Yes,
No, she's
if
cute.
we're talking-
If
single.
we're talking about the right teacher, no.
Yeah, it's no.
Wait, yeah.
I am.
I'm
I forget her
thinking the right
name.
girl,
Is
yeah.
it Huff?
Oh
No.
yeah,
Is it
yeah,
Huffman?
yeah.
Oh no, we're not.
Oh
Who
yeah,
is
she.
it?
No, I'm thinking you guys are talking about the story that like the teacher that just got fired for texting. The
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's the other
yeah,
ceramics?
yeah.
What's
Other
the
teacher's daughter.
What's the
Yeah.
other teacher's name? The teacher's ceramics. What's the other teacher's name? The girl teacher.
The girl teacher.
The
Yeah.
old one?
No, she's like young.
I thought the teacher that's
Dude, there
daughter,
isn't.
I thought
There was a student teacher.
No,
I thought
but
I thought there was a teacher's daughter that was.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
story
yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking
that's
about.
being.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro, you were slow.
Like, dude, I don't know where we at
No,
with
but
this
I
story.
think if we're talking about the same teacher, I had her for class. She's a horrible teacher and she's ugly.
Are you talking about the teacher whose daughter is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
what's
I
her
don't have
name?
her. I don't have her. Well,
No,
like,
she
we
was
throwing out
the
names at
worst
that point.
teacher I've ever had at Kaufman, and
Dang,
she's
man.
ugly.
I've
Well,
never,
actually, second
I've never had
worst.
her.
I'll
Second
be nice.
worst.
Second worst.
Second worst. Yeah, that whole situation though. That's like,
wild.
listen,
Yeah.
he broke rule number 1. He got caught. All right.
Dummy.
Well, that was my thing in high school. Is like like whenever I did something stupid, I didn't get caught.
Yeah.
That is not stupid. That's dumb. That's weird.
Dude, what know what's funny? Vic would always make Schmags look stupid in the videos.
Oh, she would always get. That's probably why she didn't want to come on here because she thought like I think at least Billy used to have a TV in here.
Yeah, there's TV.
And we were
behind
gonna
her.
put on a Schmags highlight film in the middle of the thing with just a bunch of clips of her and my videos just looking so stupid. So if anyone wants to check those out, just YouTube Matt Vick, and it's the one that's got like 17 videos and no subscribers because they made us put everything on YouTube for broadcast.
Right.
And you can just scroll through my videos, and she's in like half of them and just looks retarded.
What's your beef with Spags? Like, what's your issue with her?
I love the beef. It's hilarious.
I don't have beef with her. I guess she has beef with me.
That's wild.
Dude, that was so. Schmags would be great with this duo. JC would be. Faith would be. Jack would be.
JC would be terrible. He'd just be here shy. He wouldn't even talk. I feel like Vic wouldn't talk
Dude,
the whole
Vic,
time.
you do get a little shy around
like
JC.
I act stupid around girls I'm pursuing.
You just get.
Like, you ain't seen me this year just trying to get attention. Like I had. This is not gonna be name drop, but I did so many stupid things about this one individual female. And looking back on it, it's just like, bro,
freshman
that was
year?
so stupid. No, we're not going to talk
Oh,
about
that was
Oh,
so
we're not
funny
gonna talk
freshman
about
year.
that.
We're not going to talk
Bro,
about
no,
that.
if we're talking
But
about
I will
Faith.
say,
If we're gonna talk about Faith, that was so funny freshman year.
Wait, with
we are-
Faith?
No, this is almost
Greeny went with the sweethearts, bro. She snapped on
I
him in
think-
Spanish class.
I
It
was
think-
texting her today.
funny.
I think you
thing.
went with her to homecoming, didn't you?
Did
freshman
I?
year?
Yeah, I did.
I
Yeah,
remember-
we
I
know.
remember-
Wait. Everyone knows who this is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
no, we're not name dropping because this is
He went
bad.
psycho. Like,
Yeah,
he was
this is
that's
bad. Like I don't.
surprised
Can
he didn't get
I put a
arrested.
disclaimer out here to all the people that are watching this?
Sure.
Is that I'm a changed person. Like I don't endorse. Like if we bring this
Amen.
stuff up, I don't endorse anything I did freshman year because I was a psycho back then.
Same, actually. Let me rep that too.
But what I will say though is that this is kind of funny. Is that I don't think did you go to car? Or did you
Yeah,
go
I
to
went the
sales?
car.
So I think I kind of knew who you were back then. But I remember when you were going to like homecoming with her. Like I was a psycho back then. Like I wanted to come beat your ass right there.
What?
Ah. At that point, Vic, it was already over. What was you
know.
mad for?
What?
it
Wait,
wasn't- it
no.
was-
So this
it
was
was-
before homecoming?
It was right after that was when all the bad stuff happened.
No way.
Yeah,
So
bro.
you had beef
Yeah.
with me when I don't even think like this sounds bad. I didn't even know you back then, dude.
Yeah.
I was
And wait, so
weak.
really? So when I went to homecoming with her, wow, that's
He was
crazy.
sick, bro.
Yeah.
Buddy was about to bring like peanut butter to lunch because she was allergic, dog. I was
No,
so
what?
weak. He was like threatening her with it, bro.
Like I don't like.
I was so dead, dog.
I'm
Vic,
so
that's
embarrassed
crazy.
that this whole thing happened. This might have been the low point of my life right here, and I feel like I paid the price for that during high school.
And then
So-
she just snapped on him in Spanish class,
No
like,
way.
how
I'm
she,
gonna
like, she
ask her
doesn't like
about
him,
it.
how she'd never like him. And he was just nodding his head up and down. I was like, damn,
See,
she's
this is
really
gonna be
bad.
this is
Did
gonna
the
be all the
teacher
people.
hear it?
This is gonna be.
Oh, the teacher was psycho. She
yeah.
got fired the next year. That was
No
awful.
way.
Faith was in that class.
Yeah,
Oh, my
remember.
girl Faith. What
memories.
up? No, I mean Jeremiah's girl. Yeah, it's all of our girls, man. Did you see that video? Oh wait, never mind.
This
we talk
is
about
gonna be a
grannies.
great video if someone sees this that's going to my college and be like the first impression and just see all this shit about me getting
You're gonna-
exposed.
Vic, you gotta show the video when you go to college. That's how you gotta introduce yourself.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. I saw that, bro. I was like, oh, he's scheming. So,
And
is,
so,
is that
Hey,
a
it's
thing,
whatever.
Billy?
It's whatever.
Is that a thing?
No.
so can I go back to the story then?
Yeah,
About
get back-
female fail stories. So,
Dude, wait.
so this year, I'm not gonna name drop. Some of you will know who this is. Is that there's an attractive female that parked next to me this year in the lot.
Just call her out, dude.
Yeah.
No, we're not calling out. She's on my senior crush list. If you want to go look up who it is. So, yeah, if you're really that interested, I'm gonna make you
It's
take
just gonna
the
make
time.
it weird if we don't know who it is. You
Yeah.
talking about her?
Yeah, I mean you can. For the viewers out there, if you really care that much, go and
Describe
look at my
her.
senior
Describe her a
crush
little
list.
bit for us,
So,
Vic.
no, we're not.
Once I
gonna-
pull it up, I'm
so-
saying the name. Like,
So,
Vic, just describe her for
So-
us.
She parked next to me, and she was terrible. Like she would come in and park at literally 45-degree angles, and so like I was trying to get some attention and try to mess with her, and so one day I had to come back to get broadcast equipment after school, and she didn't have early release first semester, and I pulled up, and I was only going to be in there for like 5 minutes. So to be funny, I
that's
parked.
not your league, fuzz.
Yeah.
It's Claire Taylor. She has a boyfriend, doesn't she? They've
Yeah,
been dating for
Chris.
like 10
Well,
years.
I didn't know that until like
Oh,
a month ago.
Dude,
He's
I was
sick.
at the golf club of Dublin for a grad party, and I was like sitting with my people. I was sitting with
Whose grad party was it?
Joey Pickering's, which he's coming on the podcast sometime soon too. But we had it was like me, Grant, Billy, and Lexi. Like we were just sitting. I was eating. I got my plate filled up. Obviously, you know, I'm a dog.
Gotta eat.
And then
was this weekend?
Yeah. So
I was gonna go to that, and then just decided not to. I know.
So Claire and Amanda like come over. They were with Garrett, like they're friends, and like Claire like said something to everyone, you know, like oh hi or whatever, and like it just got real quiet. So I'm like, so how about that weather? And then she's like, all right, we'll just get going. But yeah, no, she don't like me.
She don't mess
Which
with you?
I mean, that's crazy. You know, I'm a nice guy.
Nice guy.
Yeah,
Whatever
so
though.
Back to my story.
Dude, me and Vic did the pickup line video.
Yeah.
I heard about
You know
that.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Vic had a good one.
Claire.
Claire liked that, so good.
What'd you say to her?
So, I need to tell my story, and then we'll come back to that.
All right.
So basically, she's horrible at parking. Like, she'll come in and adjust like 5 times and still can't be straight in the
That's
spot.
like Faith, dude. Watching Faith and Riley pull into their spots every day, it's comedy.
Yeah, I know. So I pulled up then after school, and she didn't have early release first semester. So I pulled back up because I had to pick up broadcast equipment, which was stupid. I had to come back 45 minutes after I left to come get the equipment. So I parked way over the line so she couldn't get in her car. Like I was literally like 6 inches away from her car, and I put a note on her little thing on her and put it under a wiper and said, "Whoops, I accidentally parked like you." And she thought it was like the funniest thing she's ever seen. I came out there and her car wasn't there, and then I texted her. I'm like what the heck? And she's like, "I just climbed through the passenger side."
Wow.
That's funny. I mean, that's smart on her part.
Anyway, you got to do it, Vic. Anyway.
Yeah, so I think the pickup line for her was, are you a parking ticket? Because you got fine written all over you.
Basic. That's elementary. That's elementary.
Elementary, Watson.
I mean, Billy was in the pickup line video. Is he elementary?
I had some good ones.
I heard Billy had some good ones.
Are you a goldfish? Because you're the snack that smiles back.
I heard that one.
Yeah, girls love that one. I'll tell you what.
I heard about one girl that didn't, bro.
Who?
I don't want to name drop because I was actually
name dropper.
Oh yeah.
No. It's not. Y'all got
Billy tried to get a
Lauren Davis.
Yeah, Billy tried to get a teacher on her pickup line video, and she wasn't having it.
Yeah, I want to get Davis on the podcast. I want to get Ogilvy on the podcast. And Mr. Patton on the podcast. Not all at once, though, because that'd be maybe a little weird, but like...
If we want to go back to female fails for me, I invited Claire to my grad party, and she just didn't show up. Like, she like the way she was texting me, she, like, sounded like she was coming, and then she just didn't show up. So I want to call her out for that.
We need these texts. Post them on Twitter.
Post the text.
I'm not posting the text on Twitter. I won't do that. I'm a private guy, even though I'm just revealing everything right now.
Yeah, damn. She didn't show up to the grad party?
No, she just
I was there. Were you there?
I didn't get an invite. No. That was Granny and Grants too.
Yeah, it was Granny and Grants too.
I had work that day.
Yeah, that's crazy. Did you go to my grad party? That's crazy. Did either one of you?
I didn't.
Wow,
I didn't get an invite. Y'all got
I sent it out on
Facebook.
Facebook.
Grad party I've gone is.
What I be doing on Facebook?
I'm not on Facebook.
Yeah,
damn. That's why.
I don't care. I'm not 95 years old. I'm not on Facebook.
Facebook's cool, dude. I like going on Facebook. See all the pictures. Like all the parents post all their pictures. Like Jenny Ebling, our dog's mom. I always like no, it'd be a picture of our dog. So I'll drop it a like.
Speaking of our dog, how do you feel about James Bartman putting his 7th grade sister on his senior crush list? Do you think that's getting?
That is a little criminal.
That,
Caroline Ebeling, that is so
criminal?
criminal. That is so criminal.
After the 8th grade DY game, she was like maybe like 4 years old. I kept on making jokes about it because he took me home, and so I was like, "Dang, Ebeling, your sister's bad, bro. You've been sick ever since."
So messed up.
She was on my Garter Bowl team when I went back to Garter.
Way.
I almost shot my shot. I was like, I can't. It's like that.
Oh, she always so I umpire for the rec league here, and she was on one of the teams for a couple years, and all she does is just like random point in the game, just say hi to me.
Oh, she wants it, Vic.
I was like, no, I ain't having it with the
Vic.
7th grader.
See what you do right there. You write your Snapchat on a sticky note, fold it up, give it to her.
I ain't having a 7th grader too, and to make things even weirder, she's like best friends with my little cousin.
That's your in. That's your in.
No.
Didn't you do that with like Drew and AJ?
No.
Drew and AJ?
He said
I wasn't doing that. I had nothing to do with that. Now, yeah, I remember I went to my cousin and AJ played on the same basketball team. This was freshman year, and this is how much of a freak I was. I showed up to every single game, hoping that she would show up. Went to all the home games, worked the clock, got paid for it. But
wow, Vick, you making yourself look bad, Fuzz. You out here exposing yourself.
Dude, we need another elementary school story, dude. Wait, so you bit someone on the playground, right?
Oh, you bit somebody? What?
Fact check, false.
Okay, false. What happened?
I never bit anybody.
What happened?
I'm not the freak to bite somebody.
I heard
okay?
someone bit
You threw
someone.
a
It might
chair.
not have been you. Wait, yeah.
Well,
What are some
I
other
threw a
elementary
chair at
school
somebody,
stories?
And then, this mic is stupid right here.
Wait, turn it a little bit counterclockwise.
The way you turn
Or
it
clockwise,
up first,
clockwise. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So, that's why I'm stepping on the stupid cord. So, probably one of the dumbest things I did was
Here, turn the mic a little, like grab the hole or the
Can we
pole.
do it for you?
Yeah, like that. Yes.
slow.
yes.
So,
Okay.
back to my elementary school stories. Probably the stupidest thing I did, if you think the chair thing was really dumb, is that this one kid was pissing me off in gym class. So I just put my hands around his neck and started choking him. Like he was, yeah, he was like talking noise. And again, like I would never do this to somebody that's talking noise. You know what I'm saying? Like
well,
nowadays,
yeah, you were a kid then.
Yeah.
Now you're an adult.
So, and it turned out later I found out the kid with special needs. So.
Dog, what is up with you? Who was it?
He moved away.
You were strangling a special needs kid?
I didn't know at the time.
Like,
to me, it was like.
he said I didn't know at the time.
To me, he was like awful. Like looking back on it, what I did. But at the same time, I think you kind of had to laugh because of how stupid it was and like how immature I was.
Hey,
Like,
Vick
do
said.
you have any like embarrassing stories from like elementary and middle school?
Vick said.
time out. We
Vick
can't
said.
skip
Wait,
over
wait,
that.
Vick said he had it coming. No. Wait, I do have an embarrassing story. I was gonna bring this up. In middle school we did the rap battles.
Oh,
Yeah, that was kind of embarrassing.
Oh,
I
this
did
about
kind
Jeremiah
of
right
bad.
here?
Yeah.
I smoked him.
Well, no,
Oh, you
because
didn't?
okay, this might sound bad, but like I'm not gonna go up there and like say something like truly terrible in front of the whole class. But at the lunch table, I would roast your ass.
I got you.
Was
at
this
the
the
lunch
one?
No, you
was
got
this
me
the one
too. I mean,
Bryce
you
versus,
were good.
Was this
Yes.
Bryce versus Jeremiah?
No, it was me versus Jeremiah, and then Bryce versus Jeremiah.
Bryce
Yeah,
tried to expose me.
Bryce exposed you. I remember
Bryce
you
did good. He said the fingers and the
Yeah,
schmags
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
I
That was great.
remember the exact quote just because you buying for Sophie Mags.
He said, he said he's rapping for cash bags. You were rapping for Sophie bags.
Oh,
I remember
that's actually fire.
Jeremiah's biggest complaint was because I had the class after lunch with him, and he was just talking about how he couldn't use anything racial because it was school.
Yeah, same. That's what I kind of just said.
I said I can't
I was
use
thinking
anything
that, but like I don't want to be racist.
I wanted to bring up Maria Howard because he was like obsessed back then.
Oh.
But I didn't. I said something about his eyebrow though. That got
The
a
unibrow?
reaction. Yeah.
That was fun. I was embarrassed about it, but like
I'm embarrassed looking back at it now because my voice was so high. I sound like
Jeremiah, dude, we gotta make an album.
I'm
I
embarrassed
bet.
of like everything.
we used to make songs for everything, like every single project.
Yeah, we
in,
did,
like, science
dude.
and
History, math, science. Yeah.
Bro, they were probably terrible, but like,
Nah, I mean, they had the info.
yeah, I mean they had the info.
3/4 of the world made of water, home of meat, and the ballers.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was wild. Yeah,
No.
that was actually heat. That was
Yeah, it was. It was fire. Super hot fire.
super. Oh yeah, I had bars back then. I lost them. I stopped rapping.
My rap
I
name,
have
McChicken.
another embarrassing story about Jeremiah.
Let's hear it.
This is from middle school when we were working on a project in 8th grade, and it was me, him, and Tess Woosley.
Oh, we gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah, we forgot
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
on that
So
class.
by the way, I want to call her out. And
Wait,
say,
you were in Mrs. Heath's?
Yeah.
Dude.
Bro, he
No
helped me with
way.
he helped me with like the whole Civil War section
Yeah.
of that
No
class.
way.
He did everything.
Basically, I was the kind of guy like I did all the work for everybody back then, and like exchange, like I got stuff in exchange for it. You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
shit! What was Tess giving you in exchange for the
No,
work?
no,
Okay,
no,
Vic.
No.
I
You
don't know why you said it
dog.
like
I
that. That sounds weird.
Wolf. I was like,
I want nothing to do with that bitch. That's all.
oh
my God.
So,
Hey,
but what I will
Vic.
say is I want that Billy has texted her. If you're watching this test like 5 times and said that
Oh,
she needs
I
to
don't
come
know,
on
this
here
5
and,
times
and
stuff.
discuss some politics.
I
I
hit her
want to
in the
get her on
DMs.
there. Yeah, debate me. Like you're too soft. Like you're not gonna come on here. I know that, but I want to debate you. Come on here sometime.
Yeah,
But-
she said she wasn't
No.
educated enough in the topics, and
That doesn't.
no
surprise
one
me.
here is educated in any topic that much. If I'm being real,
Yeah.
I think we're all decently smart, but it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I do know that she got rejected from Georgetown, and Tony's going there for football. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
What school she going
to? George Washington, which
yeah,
is I mean that's still pretty good. Oh, hey, good job.
So going back to my story then, so like everyone was obsessed with free game back then, where you just throw something and say free game.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember
like chips. Bag of chips.
Or at least the group that I was in was obsessed with free game back in 8th grade, and basically you just throw something and then whoever gets it does that, and so we were all working in a project in the hallway on a group, and I just finished off my pack of mints, which everyone knows. Like I was obsessed with mints. Everything I'd eat like a half a pack.
But he did always have the mints on him.
No way.
So I just finished off the pack, and to be funny, I decided to free game the mints that had nothing in it.
Yeah.
So I just threw it, and Tess picks it up, and Jeremiah just takes it right out of her hand. And then she proceeds to beat him up pretty good.
Oh,
I don't remember this.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, she kicked you a couple times and you were done.
Probably sounds like Tess.
Domestic abuse or something.
Yeah.
Jeremiah and Schmags back in the day, that used to be the power couple.
She Hollywood now. She be acting
she is a Hollywood now. Seriously.
You hate to see it.
Dude, do you remember me, Will, you, and Tess were standing in like a circle once? You know what I'm talking about?
I remember that. I think
So Tess caught Jeremiah like looking at her.
Here comes the freak out. We all know that. Why were you raping her during class?
No, whoa.
That's what she would say. That's what she would say.
Oh my God, chill
out.
That's what she would say.
Finish the story, Billy. So the
me, Will, Jeremiah, and Tess.
Can I explain why I said that?
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
don't bring that up. Don't bring that up.
Do that with you, bro. Don't say my name with it.
We don't need that soundbite. We don't need that soundbite.
We'll edit that part out then.
Nah, we'll let it roll. But okay, me, Will, Jeremiah, and Tess are standing there, and we're all talking to her. And Jeremiah, his eyes were wandering, I guess, It
was
whatever.
Great. I never seen
it's
like
whatever.
That before. Yeah.
And like Jeremiah is, I guess, looking down at Tess's necklace, and Tess is like, "Oh my God." And like covers it up, and Jeremiah's like, "Oh, I was just looking at your necklace," with the finger, to prove it. And she's like, "Well, what was it then?" And Jeremiah's like, "It was a cross." And then she like reveals it. It's a heart. It was so funny.
I remember the first day she moved here from Worthington in our history class. We were all working on.
Everyone's like,
we didn't know.
We
didn't know how to act. So we all went in the hallway to work on a project. There was like a big group of guys. I forget. I know Jeremiah was in there, and I forget whoever else was in our history class.
Zinces were there before they moved to cells.
And we all went out in the hallway, and we went in like the little room, before you go outside, basically. And there were like eight or nine of us like packed in there, and all we were doing is I was sitting there doing the work, of course, because that was me back.
Wait, was someone going on Tessa's Instagram?
Yeah, that's what they were all just sitting there going through it.
Yeah.
Were you in our class?
Yeah.
Yes, we just talked about this.
I don't remember you ever being in our class.
I was there. Will Wilson, Tess,
that was
Abby.
Shira
was in there.
He was?
No,
yeah,
he
was.
I don't think so.
I remember the first day I walked in and set my stuff down, went to the bathroom. Come back, he's in my fucking seat, dude.
I remember that. Yeah, that was an issue. That was always an issue in middle school, sitting down seats.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think was Caroline still in that class?
I sat with my nerds. Yeah, she was. I sat with my nerds as usual.
Yeah, he said yes.
Who are you sitting with?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Caitlin Copier was in there too.
Okay, Vick.
That was a scheme for like a week or two.
She sat in the corner by herself. I remember that.
Really? Mm-hmm. Dude, my memory's terrible. I can't remember too much stuff from back then.
I remember Miss Heath was nice and Mr.
Yeah, Heath was sweet. I want to go back and see her one day.
I saw her. She recognized me. I was happy.
No way. Well, yeah, she recognizes you.
But like, no, a lot of teachers did recognize me. Like Miss Kurtz, the 8th grade teacher.
Yeah. I hated her. She hated me. I hated her.
I kind of remember that actually.
Yeah, we had beef.
I was standing there and she was like that. I'm like, bro,
I got a funny story.
It's only me and Tony, the only black kids. Yeah, we were on the DC bus together. I was sick. I was sick.
6'5" and black.
I got a good story about Mrs. Kurtz. So
let's
she gave me is that I was a little brat back then, and basically I hated like any teacher that like gave me a bunch of work to do, and that's what she did. Like she gave us homework over Thanksgiving and winter break. It's like, why do you do that? Come on, bitch.
Yes. Come on.
And later at the end of the year, I just like wasn't getting my work done. Like I'd probably, you want to call it 8th grade itis, which I've had like every year, freshman-itis, sophomore-itis, junior-itis. Like I just kind of check out at the end of the year, and I had this project that I was like supposed to get done, and she's like, and it was like 2 weeks late, and she's like, okay, if you don't get this done, you're in lunch detention tomorrow. And I just didn't show up. Or no, it was actually actual detention, and I just didn't show up, and then she didn't say anything the next day.
Damn.
And she threatened to do it again. I was like, I just won't show up then. Didn't give it to me.
Wow, Vic, you're a savage.
Vic, what are you doing nowadays? You talked about all your fail stories. Like, what's going on? Are you waiting until you go to college?
He's on the scheme. Fuck you mean?
Are you on the scheme right now? Like, are you waiting until you go to college since you're going?
JC's playing hard to get, but it's all good.
I mean, she's taken. So
No, she's not.
She is, but.
Oh no.
Yeah, bro.
That's probably my biggest problem with females is not
you gotta challenge them to a duel.
The one story from freshman year, that was a huge problem for me because then all these girls I don't even know hate me.
Yeah.
And then
I feel the struggle, Vic.
Yeah, that's why I say I paid the price for it.
You be wilding
Vic,
out.
you should write a book. Vic, you should write a book. Call it Mein Kampf. All right, the struggle or my struggle.
I mean, it would be funny, but it would have nothing to do with the Jews are evil.
Oh Jesus!
It would have nothing to do with that. Like I might title the book Mein Kampf, but it has nothing to do with the actual Mein Kampf book.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Of course. That's what Howard Stern wanted to title his book, but like the publisher wouldn't let him.
Yeah.
All right, boys. We got some stuff that we got to do in the studio, so we're going to cut it short today. Right. But thanks for coming on, Vic. Thanks for coming on, Jeremiah. We're going to have you both back soon because I had a great time, and I think this is some great content. Thanks again for coming on, and we'll be back next Tuesday with another episode of the podcast. See you.